you'd want to respond to, and as well, new thoughts that have come to your mind as other people are making their own submissions. But before we get to that, that would be the closing area. Before we get to that, let's now move on to join Nnadi, who's the CEO for Penec Nigeria Limited. Nnadi, let's hear from you. Nnadi, are you with us? Has your mic been unmuted? Right. Please unmute Nnadi's mic. Okay.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So delighted to be here. It's just a privilege to have everyone here. Please, I will just apologize. I'm quite a private speaker. I'm sure most of the ones that have spoken before me are public speakers and guys I've listened to over the years. Okay, I'll just go brief. All right. My name is Nnadi. I manage Penec Nigeria, a real estate company here. We are into investment, real estate investment, real estate development, real estate management also. That we're merging it with technology as we speak. And so I've been in leadership position, if I may say, for about 8 years now. Being able to manage different people from different walks of life and all that. I would just want to share something we all know, but just to emphasize on it. Okay, 3 things about leaders and people in leadership position. Okay, I know that it's not a time to brag if you're in leadership position or if you're a leader. It's never a time to brag, but it's time to own up to certain responsibilities. It's time to face things as they come. All right, so I'll just share 3 things that I've always shared anywhere I find myself speaking or discussing about leaders is that you got to have the vision. I know that I won't dwell on that so much. Vision is the first thing you have to think about if you're a leader. Is what every other person look up to, is what you're sharing. What are you telling people around you? What are you telling people that you're leading? Which road path are you saying we're going to go on? All right, I'm sure most of us understand that, and I just don't want to really dwell much on vision. We all understand. I mean, my kids, everyone, little ones understand what vision is. But very, very much important is the second one, focus. All right, in this time and season, is a time to focus. Right, it's not a time to do everything that come your way. It's not a time to second guess or do certain things because some other person is doing it. It's a time to really focus. I'll take myself for example, in the real estate sector. There are all sorts. So you all know that there are different ways you could go into real estate. Certain things you can do in real estate, but we'll just focus on investment and development. All right. When I say development, I'm saying we're just focused on building houses, building duplexes, and all that. You won't find us do leasing, rentage, and all that. That way, we are just focused on that, and so that we won't take so much energy in different things that we don't have expertise in. All right, so I will say a leader has to be very focused. A lot is happening this period. COVID-19 is, shaking all the tables, turning it upside down. But you still have to be focused with innovating new ideas into what you're doing, changing and strategizing, thinking of the best way to handle your business, the best way to handle your organization, wherever you find yourself, right? There's one thing that focus will do to you is that it kind of blinds you towards any distraction. So in other words, you don't see distractions when you're very focused, right? You don't. Imagine someone driving and you're looking to your view. You won't see what definitely is coming by the side, because you're focused, you're seeing the whole road and all that. And so it's very key that leaders have to be very focused. The third thing that I also want to add that leaders find it very difficult in is that in this period, there is room for you to learn. Okay, so there's this thing about leadership and learning. There are two worlds that cannot be, that is not indispensable to each other. All right, so a lot of people think if you're in leadership position that you're all almighty. I mean, you're the alpha and omega. But I'm bold to tell you that when you're in leadership position, you're going to learn a lot. I mean, you're going to create time to learn. You're going to create time to read a lot because you'll be faced with so many challenges. And those challenges are what would, of course, help you days ahead, years ahead. All right. And then also you would always see a position where if you look at the word learning, right, you find out that the word earning is in the word learning. So most times leaders, for the ones in business, of course, it's natural that you earn more than your people you're leading. So what it means is that for you to earn more, okay, it means you have to learn more. And so for you to learn more means that you always be in leadership position. Now, it doesn't matter who you're learning from, right? I work with great men and women that every now and then I go to them to ask simple questions like I have a surveyor guide in the office that I always ask, what's the meaning of this? How do you differentiate this and this? How do you call these figures? It can be, I mean, surveyors are always good in calling coordinates, numbers, and all that. So, well, because you don't always want to be bamboozled, you don't always want to look like just a leader, just that position. You have to always go to the guys and say, what's the meaning of this? How can you teach me this? It doesn't matter. You have to be very humble in doing that. And that is where leadership, that is what I see as leadership, not only in giving out others, not only in being the boss, right? Um, I think those are the three things I want to share this evening: vision, focus, and learning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kennedy. Vision, focus, learning. And I like that vision part of it because, it's like people say, you become a jack of all trade and a master of none. So without a
Mm-hmm.
vision, you're going to be lost in the middle of it all. Because
Yeah.
especially, let's contextualize it to COVID now and post-COVID. There's so many opportunities right now. There's so many opportunities awaiting post-COVID. If you don't have a vision, you're going to get caught up in the many, many opportunities. You want to grab
Mm-hmm.
this, you want to grab this, you
Mm-hmm.
want to do this, do that, and
Mm-hmm.
then you would come
Mm-hmm.
crashing. So it's
Mm-hmm.
very important for all of us as leaders to have a vision.